Hello everyone, my name is Kitanjali Singh and I'm currently interning at Lexis and Company, and the topic for today's video is adoption system in India. Now we all know that the bond that links your true family is not by blood but out of respect and joy of each other's life. This was said by Richard Bach, a author. Now, in this course of transit from primitive to modern age, the concept of adoption has undergone a radical change. Adoption, being mostly like other social institutions, is essentially a product of historical and evolutionary process. Reforms related to old Hindu law were seen, and one of them was in guise of codified law on adoption called as Hindu Adoption Act and Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act of 1956, also known as HAMA Act. This section 2 of HAMA allows any person who comes within the definition of Hindu to be eligible to take a child for adoption. Various progressive changes were brought by this new codified law, like adoption by female Hindu girl child being eligible for adoption, etc. Now, in India, we have learned that if a children is by a blood, then only it is a children. But as India is evolving, we must the adoption that the concept of adoption has been come into the faces. People are changing their mindset that not only the child that has been being born by only with a blood link is their child, but our adopted child can also be loved and taken care properly. The concept of adoption, the reason why the concept of adoption was brought was giving the right of family for an orphan, abandoned and surrendered child. The statistic shows that there are more than 1 million child that are being orphaned. The objective behind bringing this concept was to secure performance of one's funeral right and to preserve the continuation of one lineage. In order to restore the family life to a child deprived of his or her biological family, the concept of adoption was being considered the best means. There are many international conventions on human rights that expressly mentions that positive duty in order to provide protection and assistance to children, like Convention on Rights of Child, that is CRC of 1986, which is a reservoir of various rights which are concerned with children. The concept of adoption is not only applicable to other communities like Muslim, Parsis and Christian. For that they recourse to the Guardian and Ward Act 1890. Such process makes him or her their child, not an adopted child. Under this, a child who turns 21 remains no longer a ward or assumed as an individual identity. When comes to an orphan, abandoned and surrendered children, these therefore enactments remain silent. For adoption of these categories, there are no such codified legislations. In order to consider all these categories, laudable attempts were made by the Juvenile Justice Care, that is famously known as CARA Act of 2000, which provide the procedures how a child has to be adopted and what procedure to be followed. The reason why such attempt is commendable is that such an enactment allows secular adoption of the child irrespective of his or her religious community. This was a big step taken to procure the secularism in our country. This enactment has given the right to all citizens to adopt and all children to be adopted. As per the Supreme Court's direction, CARA, which is currently apex controlling body in relating to the matters of legal adoption, which was based on judgment in the Lakshmikant Pandey versus Union of India, where under Section 41, Subclause 3 of Juvenile Justice Act, CARA has framed a set of guidelines. There are you, the HAMA has provided the capacity of Indian male and female relating to adoption, and there are two types of legislation that deals with the adoption of these childs. The number one legislation is HAMA, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, and number second is Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act, that is CAR Act of 2002. Now, Section 8 of HAMA Act defines the capacity of Hindu male and females to adopt a child, which is discussed in section 8 and 7. Hindu male adoption for conditions has been described in section 7-8, which allows, and he must fulfill that he must be a major. he is of a sound mind, that the person who wants to adopt a child must not suffer from insanity or idiocy. The person who wants to adopt a child must have the capacity to understand the provisions of the act. A strong presumption regarding favoring of mind is there. A person is said to be a person of sound mind if such person is deaf and dumb but possessed with the capacity of expressing themselves through gestures or signs. As per the declaration of the contempt court, he shall not adopt any child if he has a wife living at that time except with her consent unless and until the wife has renounced the world or her Hindu religion or has become unsound mind. The consent is not necessary in the case of divorce, but such consent is mandatory in the case of judicial separation. Prior to the civil adoption, the consent must be obtained and not later on where the proviso is disregarded. Adoption is not valid. Now, at the time of adoption, if a person has more than one wife, it is necessary to take the consents of all wives. In the case of Bhula Ram versus Ramlal, a question was raised before the court whether it is necessary to take consent of all wives if a person has more than one at the time of adoption. It was held by the court that if a wife was absconded by an unknown to an unknown place, she cannot be constructed as dead unless ingredients of Section 7 of Act are complied with. Now we will learn about the fulfillments and conditions of Hindu Female Act in next video and the capacity of adoption under the Kara Act in next video. That's all. Thank you.